adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Starring that jet-A Jerry Lace, Rocket J. Squirrel, and his pal, Bullwinkle the Moose.
Hi, glad to see you again.
Likewise.
We got some great things on the show today.
Like what? Like what?
Well, you ought to know, Bullwinkle. You're in some of them.
Well, let's get started.
It all started, you remember, with a reappearance after 100 years of Maybe Dick, the Wailing Whale. Maybe Dick made a steady diet of ocean liners and, of course, threw the shipping industry into a panic. That's when the big shipping tycoon, Pericles Parnassus, sent Rocky and Bullwinkle off in their frail craft to capture the Leviathan of the deep. The last we saw of Bullwinkle was a stream of bubbles from underwater, a stream that stopped ominously. Rocky leaped in to save Bullwinkle and instead found himself so weighed down by his diving equipment that he couldn't get back up. And Captain Peach Fuzz distinguished himself by being the only captain to go down ahead of his ship. Then, when everybody was underwater, the Athabasco, which had been left running by Captain Peach Fuzz, sailed out of sight. And on top of that, when we left Rocky last time, he had just been seized by a pair of sinister-looking claws. And now on with our laugh-packed adventure.
You must laugh awful easy.
Rocky found himself propelled swiftly along the ocean floor and straight toward a large underwater cliff.
Hokey smoke, I'm going to be squashed.
But just then a familiar figure came into sight.
It's Captain Peach Fuzz.
Stop! Unhand that squirrel.
Oddly enough, the strange creature did let go of Rocky with one of its claws.
Well, I guess you see now who's the boss. You are, sir.
And with both our friends in its grasp, the mysterious deep-sea dweller again dashed at the cliff. But let us return for a moment to a tall building on a big city waterfront. Inside it is the walnut-paneled office of Pericles Parnassus.
I paneled it in walnuts because I can't stand peanuts.
How can you make jokes, however feeble, when we're on the verge of ruin?
Because I sent it Rocky Squirrel and Bullwinkle Moose to get Maybe Dick, ain't it?
But you know their ship will be swallowed like all the rest.
That's right, sport. And inside of the ship is 20 tons TNT. When Maybe Dick swallows it, boom!
But, Monsieur Parnassus, what about Rocky and Bullwinkle?
I got special plan for them.
But what that plan was, we'll never know, for at that moment...
Mr. Parnassus, sir, the Athabasco is coming back into port at full speed.
They chickened out, huh?
I can't tell, sir. There's no one aboard.
No one aboard? Rocky and Bullwinkle are gone?
Looks that way.
What shall we do?
I suggest we all stand for a moment of silence.
I suggest we send a wreath. Not too large. What about you, Mr. Parnassus?
I suggest we run for our lives.
But why?
Because if that ship hits the dock, it'll be kaboom for all of us. And when I say kaboom, I mean kaboom!
Now, there's something you don't see every day, Chauncey.
What's that, Edgar?
A lot of ship owners flying through the air.
Nonsense, Edgar. Everybody flies these days.
Without an airplane?
Probably one of those champagne flights.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, what of our heroes under the sea?
Yeah, what?
Held fast by the strange creature, they drew closer and closer to the cliff wall. What could they do?
We could close our eyes.
But at the last minute, a small door opened in the cliff, and our heroes vanished from sight into solid rock. And now, where do we stand? Bullwinkle has disappeared. Rocky and Captain Peach Fuzz have disappeared. Good heavens, there's nobody left. Be with me next time, anyway, for Blank Night or the Age of Nothing.
Excuse me, little boy. Have you seen my son?
Pop, I am your son.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You don't look anything
But
like
Pop,
my...
it's me,
It's
Junior.
Well, Plupertus Juvius it is. Would you mind telling me, young man, how you got into this condition?
Well, you see, Pop, me and the other kids were playing a game.
What game?
It's called Mud. You see...
Never mind. I'd rather not hear about it. How many times have I told you, son, a happy home is a neat home?
But I'm a boy, Dad, not a home.
The adage still applies. Perhaps if I related a fable illustrating it, you'd understand more clearly. You're sure you're my son?
It's me.
Well, many years ago, there was a hut in the forest. No one had lived in this hut for 20 years. Then one day, a tiger and his wife came along in search of a new abode.
Well, it ain't Frank Lloyd Wright, but it'll do.
Do what?
Never mind, kitten. It's been a long day.
And with that, they went inside and set up housekeeping. Like most tigers, they had good habits and bad habits. Telling you about their good habits would make a very uninteresting fable, so we shall dwell on their bad habits. The worst of which was eating a meal and then throwing the bones out of the window.
You know what I want for Christmas, Tiger baby? A garbage disposal.
Well, what do you need a garbage disposal for when you got a window?
But 6 months later, that question came up again.
You know what I want for Christmas, Tiger baby? A room with a view.
Yes. By now, the bones had piled so high they blocked the window.
Here, take this shovel and go bury the bones.
I got a better idea. You take the shovel and go bury the bones.
That settled it. The bones stayed right where they were. Unable to throw them out the window, they were now forced to throw them out the door. And in less than a year, they were completely hemmed in.
Tiger baby, I got a bone to pick with you.
You're bugged by our present existence, right?
Right. Either the bones go or I go.
Bye, sweetie.
Gathering her few possessions, Mrs. Tiger prepared to bid her husband farewell. And that's when they heard the strange noise. Cats being curious, he clawed his way out the window to investigate, and what he saw was a rare bone-eating porcupine.
Unpack, kitten. Our problems are over.
What do you mean?
Well, like Aesop said, there's a rare bone-eating porcupine out there, and he'll have us deboned by morning.
Greatly relieved, the two tigers retired, but not for long.
Tiger baby, go tell that porcupine to chew softer.
All right, kitten.
Yow! What'd he say?
Well, he didn't say much, but I did get the point.
Well, look, I'd rather be boned in than lose a night's sleep. Get rid of the porcupine.
All right, kitten.
In back of the grass hut was a high cliff, and on top of that cliff, the tiger found a heavy anvil.
All I gotta do is push this anvil over the ledge and... pow! No more porcupine.
Taking careful aim, he summoned all his animal strength and... over it went.
That takes care of that. I guess that takes care of you. Oh, I must have missed. Honey, have you seen a... Where'd you get the new hat?
I can see right now that if I want anything done, I have to do it myself. Pick up the cannonball.
Yes, kitten.
Put it into the cannon.
Yes, kitten. By the way, what are we doing?
I'll get that porcupine into the cannon and we'll blast him clear out of the county.
Lighting the fuse, she got the porcupine's attention by saying...
Oh, look. Look at that big, juicy bone inside of the cannon.
Where?
There's only one thing left to do.
You mean...
We gotta move.
With that, the tigers picked up the grass hut and months later set it down in the middle of the North Pole.
You know something, baby? It's cold outside.
Yeah, but at least we got rid of the porcupine.
But days later, they were up to their old tricks. They lived on walrus steaks and, just as before, threw the bones outside the hut. Needless to say, it wasn't long before a rare bone-eating penguin picked up where the porcupine left off. And so the tigers lived unhappily ever after. Now, you see, boy, why I always say a happy home is a neat home?
Yeah, I can see that. But it seems to me it'd be better to say people who live in grass houses shouldn't throw bones.
Takes after his mother, he does.
Now, everybody raise their right hands and repeat after me. I solemnly swear to be honest, loyal, brave, clean, and trustworthy.
Just a minute, buddy.
Something wrong?
Wrong? Who, boy? What is this honest, brave, and loyal stuff?
It's the new fan club oath.
Maybe later on it mentions sly, nasty, and vile?
Nope. Just honest, brave, clean, loyal, and trustworthy.
What kind oath is that? You expect me to sell out, give up my way of life? I got low standards, you know. Come, Natasha, we start our own outfit. The Boris Bedenoff Fan Club. Well, what do you think of the new clubhouse?
Is real eyesore, Boris.
You really think so? You're not just saying that to make me feel good?
Oh, I wouldn't kid you, darling. With little work, it could be blight our whole community.
Think big, Natasha. We'll have Boris Bedenoff Fan Clubs blemishing whole country. New chapters festering up everywhere.
How do we do this, Boris?
How else? Advertise on television. Feeling grouchy, irritable, nasty? Then Boris's fan club needs you. Modern-day clean living got you down? Want to strike a blow for foul play? Then join Boris Bedenoff Beast Corps.
This was a paid fanatical announcement.
Double your pleasure, double your fun. Join Boris's fan club and learn hit and run. Look, Natasha, he's working already. Look at those members.
Yes, Boris, but can they be trusted?
Trusted? Natasha, what a thing to say. Of course they can't be trusted. They're our kind of people.
Hello, Peabody here. Sherman there. Say hello, Sherman.
Hello, Sherman.
You may dispense with the levity, Sherman.
Yes, Mr. Peabody.
Today we shall journey back into time to reveal the true story behind one of history's greatest archers, William Tell. Set the way back for November 18th in the year 1307.
Got it.
The place, Switzerland, near the community of Uri.
All set. Let's go.
In the twinkling of an eye, Sherman and I were whisked back in time to a small Swiss village.
Keen way to travel, huh, Mr. Peabody? Now what?
Well, today is the day the tyrannical Austrian governor Gessler has ordered William Tell to shoot an apple from the head of his son. Now we must find just where this event is to take place. I beg your pardon, young man, but could you tell us...
Don't stop me now, mister. I got to get out of this country before I get killed.
Get killed? My word, who would want to kill a little fellow like you?
My papa, he's gonna shoot me with an arrow.
Arrow? Your father wouldn't happen to be William Tell, would he?
Yeah, and he...
You, Joey, where are you?
Uh-oh, here he comes now.
So, here you are, Joey, my son. I've been looking all over for you, kid.
I happen to be Mr. Peabody. This is my boy, Sherman.
Hi.
And that is your little boy, Joey.
And that is the reason I got to leave the country. Papa broke his glasses and can't see a thing. Golly, if he can't see without his glasses, he could never hit an apple on Joey's head, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, don't worry. I got it all figured out. Just how I'm gonna do it. Come on, I'll show you.
With that, William Tell directed us to a small orchard not far away, and...
Now, you see this apple tree here?
The tree is over there.
Oh.
Yes, we see it.
Well, I put every kind of plant food known to man on that tree, and look what happened.
Gosh, Mr. Peabody, the apples on that tree are as big as watermelons.
That's right. With an apple as big as that on my Joey's head, I can't miss.
The theory seems correct, but I'm not too sure. Now, give me a hand, Sherman, and we shall see. Sherman and I lifted one of the huge apples and placed it upon the boy's head. But just as I had feared, the weighty winesap squashed the poor boy flat to the ground. As you can see, the big apple might be a popular dance, but as a solution to our problem, it's a dismal failure. Come, we shall try another approach. Taking William Tell back 100 paces from the target, I decided to see if I could direct him into a true aim. Talk him in, so to speak. A little more to your right. That's it. Now higher, higher, a bit more. Steady. Fire!
How did I did?
It's best you don't know, William.
Uh-oh, here comes the tyrannical Austrian governor, Gessler.
So, here you are, William Tell. Are you ready to start with the shooting?
No, you'll have to call the whole thing off, tyrannical Austrian governor Gessler. You see...
Quiet, Sherman. Yes, Mr. Tell, we'll be ready in, say, 15 minutes.
Good. We're going to be waiting.
Boy, I'm sure glad I ain't gonna be in your shoes, kid.
But Mr. Peabody.
No but, Sherman. History demands this event take place. But have no fear, for I, naturally, have a plan.
What kind of a plan?
No time to explain now, Sherman. I shall return directly. Moments later, I arrived on the scene bearing a very special apple that I had selected for the target, and I placed it upon Joey's head.
Mr. Peabody, what's that?
That, Sherman, is an apple.
But it's so small.
Perhaps, but the best I could do on such short notice.
Ladies and gentlemen, you is now going to see William Tell, who is way over there, try to shoot an apple off the head of this scared little kid who is over here. For the time being, anyway. Is you ready, Willie?
Yeah, sure.
Then let her rip.
Wow, he did it! But you took an awful chance letting him try, Mr. Peabody.
I leave nothing to chance, Sherman. You see, I took care to place this powerful little magnet inside the apple so the metal arrowhead would be attracted directly to it. He couldn't possibly have missed.
Gosh, Mr. Peabody, that was brilliant.
I know. So that's how William Tell became a famous Swiss hero. And because of his poor eyesight, a cause of eye trouble was named after him.
A cause for eye trouble was named after William Tell? What's that, Mr. Peabody?
Why, television. Of course, Sherman.
Well, since our friends started on their search for Maybe Dick, the Wailing Whale, things have gone from bad to worse, which is tough for them, but makes a much better story. And last time, you remember, Rocky and Captain Peach Fuzz had been seized in the claws of a strange subterranean creature who dashed toward a sheer rock cliff. At the last possible second, a small door opened in the cliff, and our friends disappeared inside. Immediately, the door closed again.
Now, there's something you don't see every day, Chauncey.
What's that, Edgar?
A TV program where all they show you is a picture of a stone.
Oh, I don't know, Edgar. After all, it is called The Rocky Show.
True, Chauncey, true.
Meanwhile, inside the cliff, Rocky and the captain were startled to find themselves rising up and up.
It's getting lighter. Pretty soon we ought to be on the surface.
But to our friends' surprise, they suddenly found themselves in very strange surroundings.
Well, here we are on land, Rocky.
Yeah, but what land?
A good question, that, for this was a very odd-looking place indeed.
Captain, I don't think this is even the United States.
No, but it might be Southern California.
Sure is pretty, though.
I wonder how long we'll be able to enjoy it.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to be a sourball, Rocky, but have you forgotten our little friend back there?
That's right. Hey, let us go.
And surprisingly enough, the strange creature did let them go.
All right, Rocky, we'll sell our lives dearly.
Oh, let's not haggle about price, Captain.
Rocky, it spoke to us.
Yeah, and in Bullwinkle's voice.
Doesn't look a thing like him, though.
I'm afraid he's inside that monster. Don't worry, Bullwinkle. We'll save you.
Rocky, if he's already been eaten, there's not much we can do.
We can try. Hey, it sounds hollow. Do you suppose...
Rocky, look there. You busted it.
Hey, that thing isn't alive at all.
Not now it isn't.
It never was. It's some kind of a machine.
That's absolutely right, Rocky.
Hokey Smoke, who are you?
Pompano's the name. Fiorello La Pompano. I'm the mayor.
Mayor of what?
Of all this. Rocky, welcome to Submerbia.
Submerbia?
You heard the man. Submerbia.
Bullwinkle, it's you.
Or else a figment of the imagination.
Who's a fig Newton?
Bullwinkle, what are you doing in there?
Just standing here.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Just thought I'd make a funny.
Well, it wasn't so very funny.
Well, I've been away a long time.
That's what I mean. Where?
Well, leave us flash back a few episodes and I'll tell you. It all started
when Bullwinkle grabbed hold of that mysterious eye in the middle of the sea.
Sort of a sea and eye.
Do you want to make jokes or tell the story?
Sorry.
As soon as he grabbed it, the eye pulled him under, but Bullwinkle was not to be shaken loose so easily. He hung on grimly, and then as his eyes grew accustomed to being underwater, he saw that he actually held on to the periscope of a strange-looking undersea craft. Running out of breath and bravery at the same instant, he let go and started for the top. But a large nozzle emerged from the vessel and, acting like a vacuum cleaner, pulled him closer and closer. Bullwinkle's struggles were in vain, and he suddenly disappeared into the tube.
Stay where you are, Drylander.
The name is Bullwinkle.
What are you doing here?
Just standing here.
You know what I mean.
Just thought I'd make a funny.
It wasn't so very funny.
I guess nobody likes that joke.
Now explain what your boat is doing around here, and it better be good.
We're trying to catch maybe Dick.
That's good, that's good.
And the stranger embraced Bullwinkle fervently. Now, why in the world should he do that?
I guess I'm just the cuddly type.
We'll find out the real reason next time as Bullwinkle continues his strange tale in Defective Story, or A Muffled Report.
Well, I guess that about wraps up another Rocky show.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always say.
Bullwinkle, time for us to go.
Already? Okay, but first, here are some of the people who made this show impossible.
That's not all.
My fingers get tired. Oop! Got away from me again.
Well, see you next time. Ready, Bullwinkle?